We're live. Hey everybody, it's John. It's 11:30 p.m. I'm in my office. This is where I edit the videos, and it's time to start the first July question and answer live Patreon live stream. Is that the way? Is that the way you announce it? Uh, July's first 2018. Wait, July 2018's first Patreon live question and answer stream for supporters that are at the samurai level. And the samurai level, hey Mike, and the samurai level means that you get a chance to call in via Skype. So I don't think we did it last month because I was traveling away. We didn't have a chance to do it. So this month, I'm going to take some of your Skype calls. If you don't have the information to reach me on Skype, it's only in Japan at weblish.net. I can write it here on the screen. The best way to do it is to send me a direct message. You can send me a direct message through Patreon. It's just like email. There's a system here where I can get in touch with you through these messages, and here's what the messages look like here on the panel. I'm not going to show you what everybody wrote, but when you write to me, I can respond to you just like email off of Patreon. Don't send me messages in the public forum where everybody can see them. If it has something that like email address or something sensitive, you can do it through the private messages, and that usually works a lot better. I check it several times a day, so I try to respond to you within 24 hours. So I really appreciate the support on Patreon, and if you're watching this, then you're at the samurai level, so I really appreciate it. I'm gonna start off by answering some of the questions from people who can't join us. I know Jim, who's one of our moderators, who does an amazing job every time that we do a live stream. He's in there with Nosh Abroad, making sure that the streams are, cleaner than they were when I first started live streaming. He's not going to be able to make it because Jim is actually be taking an exam for his work, and if he passes this exam, it's sort of a big deal for him. So I'm really pulling for him, and if you do see Jim, ask him how his exam went or wish him good luck. So hopefully we have some good news tomorrow. The other thing I want to start off with is, I don't know if you can see this post. Let me put the, if I bring this down a little bit lower. This here is Gretchen, and I'm kind of pulling for her as well. Let's see if I can make this bigger here. That's Gretchen. She started emailing me about 6 months ago. I got this message out of the blue from her nurse saying that she was like in a coma. She was sick. She's always sick or in a coma or near death. But I try to just encourage her. It doesn't cost me a lot of money. It doesn't cost me anything to just encourage her and just say there are people out there that care for you. So when she told me she was going through this surgery that implants like this metal thing in her arm to help regulate her kidneys or lack of kidneys, because she has dialysis to. I'm not sure how this works. I'm not a doctor, but I know that it's very painful. So I do have her address. I don't know if she's a supporter on Patreon. I don't think she is, but she gives super chats via the Only in Japan Go super chat system on YouTube, and I really appreciate that. And she doesn't even have to do that. I told her many times she don't have to do that, but she does it anyways. So I'm going to be using the Patreon, our community, to help to give some support back to her. And I'm thinking of some gift ideas, but I might go back to the Ueno Zoo and get another okapi or a panda. And okapi's right here. So I might get another okapi or a panda and then send that to Gretchen. I'm not going to send this okapi. He's not fond of traveling, except if it's to the riverside for grazing or something like that. But I think that's something Gretchen might really appreciate. So I might put it into a box and put some snacks in there. She can't eat a lot of snacks, actually, like applesauce and like saucy foods. And maybe something from Japan like this, and send it to her, and that should be a nice surprise from us as a community. But I also gave her address, so if anybody in other countries as well as in the United States want to send her a postcard from your hometown, because she can't travel. She's in a wheelchair since she was born. Since she was a kid, she just never had the use of her legs. So you know, this might be the closest thing that she gets to traveling where we come to her maybe. So I just wanted to just give her a shout out and say, you know, we're thinking about her. Because it doesn't cost anything for us to think about other people, I think, and it's just something small that we can do. So now that I got that out of the way, because it's an actual post here, let me go through some of the questions that you've asked me when I announced that I was doing this morning. We'd had a really good fun time with Peter and Joji this afternoon. I don't know if you saw that live stream, but wow. That was the first time I'd been to that festival. I wasn't expecting the motorcycles. I wasn't expecting so many people and so many non-Japanese at that festival. It was pretty, it was pretty unique, I thought. Okay, let's start here. So we're gonna get here. I sent the Skype address to you, Vaughn. Just a quick question. I don't know if it's asked before, but how do you go on to pick a photo for the postcard club? So I've already picked this month's photo from the postcard club, and I don't want to miss any of your messages. Hey, MJ's in here. How you doing, MJ? Hey, Henrik, Samantha, Mike, Mel. Hey, Samantha, Amanda. You guys are saying hi to each other. How you doing, everybody? So we got the world pretty much represented in here. Thank you very much, Samantha, for that too. I saw your message, and I really appreciate it. Anything that you can send to Gretchen, just even a letter of support or a postcard really means a lot. Let's see here. So Vaughn, how do we pick the images for the postcard club? I wrote in here kind of like there's nothing really set at the end of each month. I create the design, and before the start of the month, I send the design to the printer, and the printer takes usually about 4 to 5 days to print it up on this cardboard that I send you each month. I think the paper is pretty good, and I picked the strongest paper that they had was because I don't want it to get eaten up in the machines. I know the United States has actually the worst machines of them all that seems to eat the postcards the most. Maybe because of the volume of the mail, they have the rollers going up on a little bit too fast, and they seem to grind the postcards up a little bit. They grind envelopes up too, but you can't be damaging mail. So I don't know what else I can do besides put these into the envelopes, which I probably won't do. But you're asking about how do you pick the photo. When I started this, I had some really nice photos that I take, but I never use them. A lot of locations that I go around Japan are just beautiful, and I take lots of photos of them. And I always felt like, gosh, I wish I could do something with these photos. You can only put one photo on the thumbnail. So when this idea for the postcard club came about, and it was actually a suggestion from a viewer who said I should send postcards to people. So this is great because I got thousands of photos from location shoots over the last 5 years or longer because I've been living in Japan for 20. So this is a great thing that I could take some of the things from the show, some of the ideas, some of the soul of each episode, and put them onto a postcard with some information that's useful and send that to everybody. And it kind of brings us closer together with the show. I didn't realize that there's a lot of overhead. And in the end, after taxes, you don't make as much. I learned this actually with the Kickstarter. You don't make as much as you actually think you do by what the price that's listed on it. After everything's said and done with the amount that I make off of Patreon, I just slash like 30 to 35% off of that. And the rest, I think more like 40%. The rest comes out to costs and stuff. But yeah, the Patreon is growing. That's how I picked the photo. This one, Stan, a viewer, made this for the hitchhiking thing. I really appreciate that. Sometimes they're images for the season. So if it's a summertime image, like the next one is a square watermelon. When I went to the farmers and we've harvested that, I picked that image because it fits with the season, because this is when the square watermelons start to come out to the stores. So I hope that answers your question. I take suggestions as well, because these postcards are for you guys. Jim. So Jim, I talked about that. Good luck with your exam tomorrow, Jim. Hopefully you're asleep. I hope you're not watching this, Jim. Oliver's watching the game. England had some pretty good shots. It's still 0-0 against Sweden right now. Clifford, you are always walking by canals. This is true. I wanted to answer this on the live stream really quickly. Can anyone put in a boat and paddle around? My friend and I, about 12 years ago, he bought an inflatable kayak. And we inflated the kayak and put it into the canals here, and we started swimming around, and nobody said anything. And then we got out to the middle of the Samita River, the one that I show you that I go running by all the time, just not too far away from where I live. And a police boat told us to stay to the side and that we have to wear life jackets. So we had to turn around and then get life jackets. There's a lot of traffic on the main rivers, and there's a lot of traffic on some of the canals. There's barges that go through there. They're carrying construction stuff. The canals was one of the first ways to transport stuff around the city, because people used to have to carry it on their back as porters, and it was the canals where you could put a lot of stuff and then just float it without having to carry it to different areas of Edo back then. So the canals had a very specialized purpose and a historical purpose. But these days, can you just put stuff in it? You know what? I don't think anyone's really policing it, but if they do catch you, they might tell you to take it out. There's places where you can rent boats, but they're usually lakes and they're cut off. The city, if you could put your boat in there and do it, they would have commercialized it, and they would have put in rent boats or rental canoes. But I think that they don't have this, Clifford, because it's not actually legal. You probably need a permit, but I really don't know. I tried to look for information online about it and didn't find anything. But I tried, and they just said to put a life jacket on. But I haven't seen any commercialization of going through the canals other than getting in a boat that you rent yourself, and you have a captain with the boat who will take you down the canals. There's a lot of history with those canals too. I was thinking of doing a live stream on this. This is a great topic that I might take up on a Only in Japan Go stream, because there really are a lot of canals in the city. When you look at the map of Tokyo, you can see all the bridges, and that makes it more evident. Thank you for the question there, Mel Davies. So Brandon wants to know if I can get a train-themed postcard, and this is a really good topic for either this month or maybe in the next month or in 2 months from now. So we're going to try to get either a Shinkansen picture crossing a bridge, a Shinkansen in the wild kind of a picture. I think I got a couple of them, not off of the train platform, because then everybody can get a picture like that. I'm going to see if I can find a place where the Shinkansen is really roaring by and we get a feel of it. Let me see. I don't know if I have one of those, but it's something that I could take when I go on a location shoots in the next couple of months. So we're going to get Brandon a train postcard real soon. So thanks for making for asking about it. So that's how we get things to make it possible, by asking about it. So I appreciate that. Matsumi, just out of curiosity, how long did it take for you to get used to using the metric system? I wanted to answer this one on the live stream, Matsumi. It took me a couple of years, and after I got used to the measurements, it took me a couple of years, because no one referred to anything in feet or in inches anymore. So after a while, you just get used to a kilometer, or you get used to a centimeter or a meter. But the reality was that I've been running cross country since I was a freshman in high school. And cross country is 5K races. I've been running kilometers since the beginning of high school. So I had a pretty good idea of what a kilometer is, and that it was shorter than a mile. And once I got over that hurdle, I was already kind of adopting the metric system in high school. In college, I didn't make any leap forwards, but once I started traveling, you had to make that conversion. Look, I think the United States, between you and me, Matsumi, and the 17 people watching, I think the United States is going to have to make the conversion to the metric system. They already do it with 2 liters of Coca-Cola. I mean, what's that all about? A liter of cola? Why didn't they just do quarts, huh? Why didn't they do a gallon of cola? Why did they do liters? So I think that it just sort of makes sense to use the metric system, and America sort of like tepidly getting in the water. You know, like you don't run into the ocean real fast. You kind of like do the torture method. I think I'm on Okapi's back right now. Yeah, I think the United States is like doing the torture method to get into the cold water. And but you know what, America, the water is really warm in there because the entire world's already in there. Metric system is far easier to use. It just makes sense. And after I started using it, it's very hard to go back to the United States inches and yards system. I'm not saying one is better than the other one, but yet in a way I am. So, thanks for that question. Matsumi, I'm kind of interested. Which system do you prefer, huh? Which system do you? Because you travel a lot. I met Matsumi when she was here in Japan. Um, Mike H. I mean, and can anybody tell me how many feet or how many inches are in a mile? Because I can do that with the metric system with the kilometer. Gotcha. Mike H. Hey John, I will start studying Japanese and philosophy in October this year. I want to move to Japan for work and living, but I'm heavily tattooed. So you can read his question on here, but just to make a long story short, because I answered this for Simon already, if you're heavily tattooed and you want to come and work here, that shouldn't be a problem at all. The reasons why you get hired here has nothing to do with your tattoos or even your skin color per se. It has everything to do with, can you speak Japanese? If you can't speak Japanese, then you basically has nothing to do with your tattoos if you don't get the job. There's already like 500,000 foreigners that can speak Japanese because they're here already. And a lot of them are already looking for jobs, and you're not even in the country and can't speak the language. So if you're looking at this from a competitive point of view, you're at a big disadvantage. There's so many people already with work visas. There's so many people already that can speak the language. There's so many people already who know the culture. So if you're thinking about coming here to work, and it probably, your tattoos are maybe a concern, but your primary challenges are going to be learning the language, getting to the JLPT, the Japanese language proficiency test, level 2. Level 3 doesn't have any meaning. Level 2 is where people start considering your language skills for jobs. The next thing you want to do is to be able to have a degree in something. A university degree is critical when you're looking for a job in Japan. But if it's so competitive now, I'm not a big fan of just getting a master's degree for no reason. But in Japan, they kind of like that. It's so competitive that it says, look, you got a master's, you must be better. In the United States, it doesn't work like that. It works more on like experience, okay? In Japan, experience is good, but it works a lot more on what's on paper. What's on paper means a lot to people in Japan. How many stamps that you have. If your paper and your packets is this much, you must be an important person because you got this much and you only have one page. And in the United States, if your resume has one page, you're like a genius because you could all fit it on a one page. But in Japan, they want all these stamps and forms and things from the bank and statements from employers and letters, and you put all this in a big folder, and they love that because it looks more official. So it's about looks a lot. So you might want to get a master's degree in anything. But more than anything, Mike, it's going to come down to connections. And if you're from Germany, a lot of my German friends worked for a company called Fuso, which is connected with Mitsubishi. So you might want to get in touch with Fuso and see if they have opportunities for work exchange programs in Japan. There are more and more people coming here with tattoos. As I write in the response, 99% of the sento in dragon eating a geisha, is it a picture of murder? Or is it a picture of an anime character and you got Pikachu on the other arm, like Simon does or something? You know, that also makes a difference. So I think it's not such a big deal, but if you are heavily tattooed, you want to think about other people. So it might be worth covering up. Even if you're hot, you might want to stay covered up a little bit just because you're worried about other people. And then as people see you being hot and suffering, because Japanese will notice this, they'll ask you why you don't roll up your sleeve. You say it's your tattoo. You make them feel guilty, and you've got them. Then they start to say, well, we understand that you're not from around here and you have tattoos. Please roll up your sleeves, and then that's how you start to break people in. I've said this before, but guilt is the strongest motivator in Japan. Anger won't do anything for you. Guilt will get you a lot of stuff, and you can't be guilty. You can't make people feel guilty, but you can be smart enough to get them to feel that way by being a good person, or by trying your best and them seeing you try your best, and then they'll kind of give in a little bit that way. So I hope that helps, Mike. It was a really good question. I'm really glad that you asked that. It's something I might do in a live stream for everybody else. So thank you so much for that. Shakona, so I sent you my address for Skype, and I added MJ already. So yeah, the Skype address is, I guess I could write it down somewhere. I don't want to give it to everybody. I got a pen here. Oh yeah, I put it in the drawer. Yeah, it doesn't take very long for me to add you. So if you just ask me for it, I will add you. Oh, hold on. Only in Japan at weblish.net. Boom. We're doing this, and oh, it's all backwards. No. Can you figure that out backwards? Let me see. I can turn this around. No, I forgot the lens is all backwards. Here we go. So if you add this, you're gonna be able to get me on the Skype. Amanda's cracking up on the other side. All right, we're gonna go right into the. We're gonna go right into the. Oh, okay. So I got MJ here. Hey, it's Keith. Hey, Ohio, Keith. So if you wanna talk to me, you can go ahead. Maybe you wanna just ping me through chat, and we'll do a question and answer. There's a lot of people who want to Skype. I want to try to keep it a little bit shorter. There's also some people who told me to keep it short because they wanted to watch the World Cup game, and it's also getting towards midnight. My wife's going to sleep, even though I closed the doors. So you're gonna get a chance to see the other side of my studio here. So give me. You can ping me, and Keith, if you want to give me a call, you can just give me a call, and we'll add you in on the big screen here. Yeah, there you go. I will go through some of these other questions here. I know Jim asked me a really deep question. Jim, just to make this harder for you, I'm going to answer your question at the end, okay? All right, Jim? So, I hope if you're watching this, you had a successful test, the exam went well. Just hang in there, okay? Amanda, for your walk underground, I asked how many corridors held up the 2011 earthquake. Ironically, since there was a 6.0 earthquake today, how scary was that? Amanda, that's I'm glad that you asked that. I don't think you had a really big earthquake when you were here. The earthquake today, we had literally, there was a 3-second warning. On the TV where I was watching, I was at my wife's family's house, and we were eating dinner over there. There's an Instagram post. We had karaage for dinner, and when I was watching TV, there was a like this flash on the screen saying that there was an earthquake warning. Within 3 seconds of the flash on the screen, the house started to sway, and it was a bigger one. It was kind of a weird sway like this. You see how it's like shake shake back. Those are the dangerous ones. I guess it's kind of like an up push, and it was pretty scary. But we had a 3-second warning from the TV, which kind of helped. I could hear the neighbors were moving around after the warning too, and my wife's father he braced himself between the doors. I don't know why. I guess he's smarter than me. I just sat there on the sofa going, because I survived the 2011. I shouldn't say survived it, but I survived it in the sense that I got so used to it that every time there was a 6.0 magnitude earthquake, I no longer freaked out. I'm like, oh, it's another one. If you survived the big one and you swayed through that one, all these are just little speed bumps on the road. And now when I feel a big earthquake, I don't freak out that much. You can tell within the first jolt if it's going to be big or not. And until I feel that jolt, I don't really move to it. Uh, to answer your question, Amanda, I asked how the quarters held up. I really don't know, but I don't think that there was much structural damage um, in Tokyo. The building swayed a lot. We had the things that were underground seemed to be okay. There were some maintenance problems that I remember that we did see some construction in the city, but most of that was out by the coast. Most of the big damage in this area was in Chiba near Tokyo Disneyland, actually, which suffered probably the most in Urayasu. Urayasu City is near there. And in fact, they still have a lot of things that were affected by the earthquake, where some of the roads are still kind of slanted down, sloped down because of the earthquake. They just haven't gotten to it yet. But I don't know. One of the reasons that they fixed Kabukiza Theater, which is in Higashi Ginza, was because of the 2011 earthquake, and that was part of the corridors and the corridor that I didn't take you down towards Higashi Ginza in the beginning of it. There was that 150 meter corridor. Kabukiza Theater, where the main theater for Kabuki in Tokyo, that building is in that corridor, and they redid the corridor and they redid the entire Kabukiza. It took them a couple of years, I think 3 years to redo it, and now there's a big skyscraper behind it, and the entire structure has been fortified for like a magnitude 10. It's super strong now, and that was all a result because the Kabukiza Theater was old and needed to have that construction. Most of the stuff that was built in the city, especially in the center, was built in the 80s and is pretty strong. And even then, a lot of them were torn down and built up new, especially in the Ginza area. Almost everything was built in the late 70s to mid 90s, and all the stuff that was built after World War II in between 1948. The first couple of years were really tough. Between 1948 and 1956, they were like concrete structures, and those have been coming down, and new structures have been coming up because the concrete structures some of them were unsafe ones. They were just built to get housing, and then after that they started to move towards technology, and it wasn't until the 70s and 80s that they really got into the earthquake structures. Japan Kofun, can you please add me on the info? Okay, so I gave you the Skype information now, so hopefully you got that and you can add me on the Skype. I don't see anybody has added me extra yet, so I'm gonna send emails if people haven't added me yet. All right, yeah, if you want to call me via the Skype, go ahead and do that right now before I hang up and think nobody wants to Skype me. Hey, there's Gene here. All right, boom. Ah!
I figured a red panda would work for you today.
Yeah, you completely freaked me out. That was wow.
Yeah. It's an app called FaceRig. I was having fun with it. We have video calls for my work, and somebody made a comment about Trash Panda, so I kicked up FaceRig and I wore Trash Panda for a week.
Wow,
So.
this works pretty good.
Yeah, it's not bad. It's. I don't know if you have Steam, but it's a Steam application, and
Yeah.
I think you can get it outside of Steam as well. It's not that expensive. It's got a lot of different avatars. It's really cool.
Yeah, I like this Red Panda. I bet you there's gonna be a time where you could just design your own avatars. That's when
You can. You can model them in a 3D app and add them to the. Yeah.
Does this work? No.
Let me see. What avatars do we have that might be close? What animal do you like?
We should totally
other than
do this. What?
what animals?
Other than Okapi, giraffes.
No giraffes. Nothing really long legs. Except I don't know, unless you want to.
Uh,
Literally for Thanksgiving, you know, I'm still alive, still kicking it. Nobody's chopped me yet.
that's too realistic looking. It's just too realistic looking. Oh my god. Panda maybe? Yeah, Amanda's got it right. A panda would be pretty cool. I can't
Uh,
believe they don't have Okapi yet.
let's see. Nope, not that one. Uh, there we go. Is that better?
Yeah, that's pretty cool. Wow. Try this for job interviews. Totally get hired. Everyone needs a panda in the office. So how are you doing? How's everything down there?
Oh, it's doing good. It's hot, so I'm staying in. Yeah, I've got an old '69 Mercury that I drive, and the air conditioning doesn't work on it. So when it gets over 90, I just basically try not to go out.
So where are you located? Like in that Panhandle area of the
No, I'm in Kansas City,
Kansas City,
Kansas.
Kansas?
So
Okay.
I'm central of the U.S. You'd think that we wouldn't have a lot of humidity, but you got the river that runs right through Kansas City, and man, it's you know I moved here from Florida to get away from the humidity, and yeah, the only I'll admit it is better because you don't have flying cockroaches that can pick up large dogs and small children, you know.
Ah.
But yeah, no, I just wanted to say hi and just freak you out with this.
It worked. It worked, man. I think it was your birthday recently as well. So happy belated birthday. I didn't get a chance to tell you on the.
Oh, well, I appreciate it.
I think it was a couple months ago, right?
Yeah, it was actually in April, but you know, no big deal.
Yeah.
You know, you get to a certain age where I don't want no more than birthdays reminding me I'm getting old.
Yeah, tell me about it. Everybody tells me happy birthday, and I start feeling really bad about it. 44.
Yeah, you're still 10 years behind me.
Oh, God.
Yeah, wait till the grade starts coming in, you know?
Hey now. Hey now. Well, well, it's good to see you. Cool. Did you have a question or anything like that? I just wanted to say hi.
Just basically just saying hi. Wanted to suggest that you might put somewhere info where people can ship you stuff.
Oh, right, yeah.
I still have that package that's too big to go into the
yeah, we went
to be delivered to the store.
We went through like a dozen different options to try to send this. One of them is in Japan. For those who are watching, you can ship things to convenience stores, but what Keith wants to send is too big. So we're trying to come up with something that works better. So I did the one with the office in Asagaya. Did I send you that address?
No, you mentioned it in the video, and I watched the videos, but
Oh,
I
really?
didn't.
Oh, okay.
I may have missed it because there were 4 videos on that one day.
Oh, okay. Well, let me double check. I might have sent it to you. I'm not sure, but I think I was maybe I did send it through email or something. But I'll get that address to you. I've been having big stuff sent to there, and then I go to that office at least once a week to go pick everything up. I'm not gonna be here for the next 2 months, to be honest with you. I'm leaving to go to, and I'm going to be telling everybody about that. We have a bunch of shoots, and I'm going to Singapore, I'm going to Korea, I'm going to the south to Kagoshima, and then to Ogasawara, which is 24 hours ferry ride out of here. So I'm not going to be here very often.
Where are you going in Korea?
You know, it's really interesting. I got invited to this thing called the YouTube Creators Summit. They pay for the airplane and the hotel, and I guess it's the top 100 creators from the Asia Pacific region. But I know I'm not in that number. I might be in the top 1,000. But it was a free trip to Korea.
Well, what city? Is it going to be Seoul?
It's in Seoul in like this really trendy hotel with many stars. I'm not quite sure how many, but I figure more than 3, less than 6. That's
very cool. Very cool.
I really don't know, but I got the invitation 2 days ago, and it works out like the day I come back from Singapore from this spelling bee contest that I'm emceeing. I go the next day to Korea for 3 days for the YouTube summit. So yeah, it should be pretty cool. Have you been to Seoul before?
No, I haven't, but there's some animators I'm a big fan of who are down there. So
Yeah.
if you search YouTube for There She Is,
Okay.
they did one of the best no no talking, no text love stories in 5 parts, I think it is.
Wow.
That yeah, watch it. It's really cool. I backed them on a Kickstarter for a game based on the video. So yeah,
Okay.
I'm a big fan of their stuff.
Yeah, if you want, if in the Patreon community tab, if you leave it there, we'll have, or send it to me by the direct message.
Okay, definitely.
I'll check it out for sure because I'm right now kind of learning a little bit more about Singapore and Korea because when I go there, I like if I can learn something about the history before I go there, it usually sticks, and then yeah, I do better on game shows then. So. Well, it's good.
Understood.
Yeah, it's good to see you, Keith, and looking forward to seeing what character you are next time we talk.
Okay, can do.
All right.
Have a good one.
Have a good morning. Bye bye. That was Gene, right in here. Hi, this is John Dobbs OIJ. Yes, I want to ask if it's with you in Kanai next month. Maybe. It depends. Next month in August, as I was saying here, from the 16th until the 24th, I'm not in Japan, and then the week before that, I'm filming in Kyushu in a place called Oita Prefecture, and then I'm filming on one of the islands, either Yakushima or Ogasawara. So I might be there for a week. I'm not sure how long I'll be. I'll be taking the laptop to keep editing and making the videos, but my ability to be portable is going to be what saves the series. If I cannot edit on the road, and usually I'm editing on this, then it's going to be harder to create the show over the next 6 weeks, but 6 to 8 weeks. But if I can get the editing done, then on the MacBook Pro, MacBook Pro that I have, then it's going to be easier for me to produce the show for everybody. Just it's a lot slower, and the way that I edit, it's really a lot heavier than I think other YouTubers. So it's harder to edit on a little laptop. Yeah, Gene, if you want to call in, you can call in too. MJ, if you want to call, you can call in as well. I'm talking to everybody here. If you're watching this, once again, to call in, I can put it the other side here. Only in Japan at weblish.net. If you go into Skype and add me, just like Keith and MJ and Gene did, you can do that. So if you're a Samurai member, you're watching this right now. So that's the Skype, only in Japan at weblish.net. And the company that I own in Japan that I established in 2005 is called Weblish. That's the company. That's the company that I will build my clients with. I started in 2005 to try to teach English. I wonder if I have something from that era to show you. It was actually a pretty neat era. The videos that I had, the videos that I was making in from 2006 to 2010, I was oh, we got MJ here. Awesome.
Hi, John.
Hey, MJ, how are you?
I'm doing good. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. We can see. Hey, we can see you now. MJ's calling from Seychelles, right?
Yeah, it's like on the screen right here. I think it's pretty dark. It's like half sunset.
Oh yeah, we can
see much.
Yeah, we could see part of your head. We can see your eyes sometimes. Oh, this is so cool. If you don't know where the Seychelles is, it's between India and Africa, in an island near the Maldives. It's I wouldn't even say it's near the Maldives. How is it over there?
It's been great so far. I think just after like 4 p.m. it's become a really monsoon-like country now.
Yeah.
Full of rain and stuff. I think the rain's just stopped right now. It's, in the morning sunshine, and then afterwards it's a little cloudy, hazy, rainy. I think they got all kinds of weather.
Yeah, you know, I was gonna go. I was actually gonna go to the Maldives with Kanai for honeymoon, but it's the monsoon season, so we went to Bali instead. That's why we went to Bali. Yeah.
That's probably next on my list.
But you're coming. You're coming to
Well,
Japan.
yep. Sorry, I'm sorry about the lag there. Yeah, I should be back in Japan. I usually visit every 2 months, so I'm looking forward to passing by and just finishing some 5 days of work and seeing friends over there and then back.
Yeah. Well, did you get the packages while I got you on the line? And the postcards?
Yes, I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart and from the wife as well. We enjoyed the package. It was awesome. And, sorry it took that much time to get to where it had to
Oh
go.
no. No, I'm glad that
Postal service was kind of confused the first time, and that's why I came back to Japan. But I think it's now been fixed, so it should be able to show up.
awesome. What one of the packages he's in the daimyo level. One of the packages I sent actually was returned to me from United from the Air Emirates. So from Abu Dhabi, right? So I had to resend it back to him. It was like, oh, I hope it makes it. I hope it wasn't something I sent that was banned or something, but it was okay. It's okay. Awesome. I'm looking.
Yeah, it is great. And postcards were beautiful, and I think you've done a lot of great work on that. I think the pictures you picked were beautiful. Obviously, linked up with some of the episodes you've seen on the show. So that's always good. I'm always looking forward to seeing the packages in the future because it's for me, especially as a person who regularly travels to Japan, there's like a little bit of an itch that comes in like me, and it's like I want to go back to Japan. So that kind of helps.
Yeah.
Manage.
But I'm really looking forward to seeing you. I guess at the end of this month. Do you have a question for me for the viewers?
Honestly, I think a lot of the viewers are asking awesome questions already, and I'm not going to take a lot of their time. I just want to say thank you first off, and it's just a great opportunity to be on the Skype Q&A, and maybe from more in the future, I'll probably have more. I would say a little bit more advanced questions. I don't know a lot about the Japan landscape and the culture. So I think I'll be thinking some really good questions. I won't take too much time.
All right. Well, you got my number. Give me a ring, and let's keep in touch. And I'm really looking forward to seeing you. Stay safe in the monsoon, but you're in paradise right now, my friend. So have a lot of fun, okay?
Thank you so much. You take care of yourself. All right.
All right. Thanks, MJ.
Catch you later.
All right. Bye-bye.
Take care, guys.
Wow. That was MJ. He's calling from Seychelles, and if you look on the map, that's like really far. And I've been to a lot of countries around the world. Seychelles is one of them I haven't, and that was pretty cool. I'm glad that we got a chance to talk with MJ. Yeah, this is a lot of fun. So if anybody else wants to call in, now's the time to do it. Because I'm probably gonna, if nobody calls in the next couple of minutes, I'm probably just gonna tune off. We've been going at this for about 45 minutes. The last thing I want to do is answer Jim's question. Once again, if you want to call, I'm looking here. I haven't gotten any. I'm looking at notifications. There's no notifications right now on Skype of anybody else who's added me. So that means a couple people who I sent them how to get in touch with me haven't done that yet. So if you want to call, you can give me a ring or not. We can try to call Gretchen, but I think she might be asleep. What do you think? Should we call Gretchen? She's been trying to call me, and the only time I log in on this is when I do the live streams. But she tried to call me 4 times. Do you think that'd be pretty freaky, huh? It shows you're offline. No, it says here right now I'm active. It should be anyways. That's weird. It shows that I'm active. All right, let's try to call her. Maybe we'll freak her out. I don't know. Keith, I totally did call her. Who did I miss? Oh, Jonathan's here? Who did I miss that was calling earlier? If you were just calling me, give me a call. Oh, okay, it says it's showing me offline. That's funny because it says I'm active here. So I'm gonna just do this again. Alright, it should say I'm active. I get the green dot next to me. Oh, it's 7:20 a.m. 8:20. Carolyn, thank you very much for this. I have no idea. I kept on thinking that it was New York time, but she's in Arizona. No early warning, but no one panicked. Everyone was normal, going about their own business. Okay, I gotta get to Jonathan's here. Oh, Jean's calling in. All right, awesome.
Hi.
Hey, I can hear ya.
Can you see me? Is it working?
Yeah, we can see you.
Hi.
Awesome. Hi, how are you?
I'm doing fine. How about you? How are you guys? How are you doing?
Pretty good. We're both here. But I don't know if you can see Yokofi's down here, but yeah, I'm doing okay. I've been pretty busy. I streamed with Peter and his son today. It was really hot. Yeah, had dinner with my wife's family and was editing. Took a bath. Came and did this phone call. That's a little bit of TMI.
I think you really did have a great day. We were watching you earlier. My mom and I.
Yeah.
We were watching you, Peter and Georgie.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we like always watch your shows every day.
Wow, thank you.
Yeah, it's every morning. My dad will always ask.
Yeah.
My dad will always ask, when are we going to start watching John's show?
Well, I got tomorrow. I promised to stream every day this week, so I got to do something tomorrow, and then I might take a break sometime next week. There's a new episode that's coming on the main channel, but I got to keep you entertained, right? So
Yes.
I want you to
Yeah,
have.
we so look forward to it.
Yeah. So just so everybody knows, where are you calling from?
Philippines.
Oh, from the Philippines. Okay, awesome. And the time is almost the same, right? Are you at 11:30 or 12:30?
Yeah. 11:25.
I knew it. It's 1 hour difference. I knew it. Awesome.
Yeah, I was about to sleep and then I saw your Patreon notification and then I thought that maybe I should go to Skype.
Yeah, do it. Yeah. Awesome.
No sleep.
Are you in Manila?
Yes, in Metro Manila.
Oh, that's
Another
awesome.
city inside near Manila.
Oh, that's what I wanted to ask. There's a couple other people from Metro Manila. So that's a city within a city. Metro Manila.
Yes, it's like it's a little bit similar with Tokyo.
Okay.
You know, Tokyo has different districts.
Right.
And then Metro Manila also has different districts in it. So one of the cities that I live in is, the city that I live in is Pasig.
Okay.
Pasig.
Pasig.
That's where I live in right now. And then it's just like an hour away from Manila.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's Manila. Metro Manila is a little bit big. There are like lots of cities inside of the city. So and then the capital is Manila. So it's a little bit similar with Tokyo, and I think it's kind of similar with New York. You know, in New York there are lots of districts, right?
Yeah.
The counties and stuff.
The boroughs, as we say.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
The 5 boroughs. Yeah. Awesome. But I want to try to get to the Philippines because there's so many people from the Philippines who watch the shows. That was this. Listen. All right, we couldn't go to the Maldives for honeymoon because of the monsoon, so it came down between the Philippines and Bali.
Mm-hmm.
All right, and then we went to Bali because you can blame Peter that we didn't go to the Philippines because Peter planted a seed of Bali in my wife's mind, and she goes, Bali. I said, why? He goes, I don't know why. It's because Peter, with his voice, he was saying, Bali, at the wedding. So we ended up going there, but Philippines was the second choice because there's all these beautiful islands down. in the Philippines that we wanted to go to. So I think we're going to be making the trip, if not this year, in the beginning of 2019. When's the best time to come to the Philippines?
Actually, the best time to go here is probably February,
Okay.
February and March.
Okay.
Yes, during that time, because right now it's the just like what you mentioned earlier, because Bali and the Philippines are almost the same. It's the monsoon season, so it's right now. I think we have a thunderstorm.
Oh, wow.
Yes, it was really raining earlier, and then early this morning it was drizzling. So I guess the thunderstorm is going to enter the Philippines on Monday,
Oh, wow.
officially.
Do you mean like a typhoon, kind of a big storm?
Yes, I think
Yeah.
it's much. It's worse than the other typhoons that we have this past months.
Wow.
So that's what we were expecting. So right now
Yeah.
is really not a good time. And then we have this. I don't know if you're familiar of our one of the beautiful islands that we have here. We call it Boracay,
Yeah,
down in the
Boracay.
southern part of the Philippines. It's actually closed right now because it's under renovation. They're trying to clean it. They want to maintain the looks of the island right now. So I guess it's also not a really good time to go here in the Philippines. But nonetheless, there are other places that you can still visit
Yeah.
because we have tons of islands here that has good sceneries, and then tourists also still go here.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, you do have lots of fans. I know that you know that. You do have lots of fans in here.
I actually have the questions for Gene, not the other way around. This is how this works. I got questions for you, not the other way around. Do you have any
Yeah,
questions?
right.
Do you have any questions for me?
I just have a question though, because me and my friend were actually planning to go to Japan next month.
Awesome.
Yes. So she's asking me if you're available for a meetup next month.
I think we're
I
gonna.
told her you're busy.
Well, don't tell her I'm busy. Right now. I'm getting a lot of requests I'll be in Korea and Singapore, like I was saying before, and as well as down in Kyushu, and make another trip down to Osaka to see Kevin too. So we'll play it by ear. But if you follow the Facebook page, you'll see me doing I'm probably gonna do one meetup because I have about 3 dozen requests for lunch meetings
Well,
for August, and I want to meet everybody, and it's going to be really hard. So what I might do is just like rent out a cafe or something, not rent it out, but just reserve a big place where we can just all eat, and then actually it turns out being a lot more fun because we get to meet a lot of other people. I was
yeah, we can do an activity.
Yeah, do an activity, and I think it just makes it more fun. So I'm gonna try to do a meetup at a time where these 30 plus people who want to meet me, the time that I can get the most people into that one time. I can't meet everybody; it just would be logistically impossible. But if we can do it, it'd be totally awesome to meet you and your friends. So don't tell her I'm busy. Just tell her we're working on it. Okay? All right.
Okay.
I'm working on it.
Yeah, we're so looking forward to it. Like we watched the black no the Don Quixote episode 5 times.
Oh yeah. Well, wow. That's the one with Peter.
Yeah, we're just like, oh my gosh, we're just like watching you two together.
I can hardly
Peter and
take
you.
Peter for more than a couple of hours. So how you can watch that episode 5 times? You're really strong. I can't. But yeah,
We don't want to creep you out, actually.
it's all right. Peter's in these live streams, I make fun of Peter quite a bit, and he makes fun of me mostly off camera. Cause see, he knows if he makes fun of me on camera, he'll probably misspeak and say something really bad. And my when I tease him, it's not that bad. But when he teases me, it can be pretty bad. So he doesn't do it on camera, but we kind of tease one another. But then I get in trouble the most because people think I can be a jerk because I tease him too much, but that's not true. He's actually worse off
Oh.
camera. Just saying. But we got that kind of a friendship, yeah. So yeah.
Yeah, tough love, I think.
Tough love. Yeah, that's one way to look at it. Yeah. Cool. Well, thank you so much. It's really great to see you before I see you. But thanks,
Yeah.
thanks for calling in. Thanks for supporting on Patreon. I appreciate that. And say hi to is your friend there with you?
Sure. Actually, But I'll tell her that we were able to speak with each other to, today, and
Yeah.
then maybe when if there's time available, probably we will just check your events on Facebook if we
Yeah.
can. Yeah,
Yeah,
we can join.
or in the next live stream, have her with you.
Yes, yes, yes. Next time, probably.
Yeah.
She lives in a different city, so
Oh,
we
okay.
just normally see each other at work. We talk about you at work.
Well,
So,
cool.
yeah,
I don't want
like
to know what they
super
talk about.
fans.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much. I appreciate you taking the time to call. And the screen's kind of frozen here. Actually, Gretchen just tried to call in right now. So, yeah, let's talk in the next time we have a live stream. This is awesome.
All right, thank you. Have a great
All
evening.
right, you
Bye.
too. Bye bye. Oh, the picture froze a little bit. Well, that was cool. So they have typhoons that come through the Philippines. You know, it's really funny because a lot of the weather patterns, the Philippines is not that far away from Japan, and a lot of the people that are coming to work here in Japan are coming from the Philippines. A lot of the people in the hospitals are Filipino, which is kind of really cool because I kind of like that because people from the Philippines, they seem to smile a lot more than the people in Japan, and I smile a lot normally, so it's a pretty good balance for me, even though I don't like the hospital. All right, thanks for calling in, Gene. It was really good to see you. And yeah, Gretchen called. And I don't know if we should call her. I think it might be a shock for her to see. Um, oh wait, she left a voice message. Wow. Hello?
Hey, John. What do you need? You
Oh,
woke me up, so. But it's okay. I need to get up anyway, so.
oh,
Give me a call back.
oh, wow. So I should call her back. She doesn't sound like she's doing very well. Um, okay, well, I'm kind of afraid because I feel like I'm imposing. So let's just call for like a minute, okay? I'm gonna tell her just for a minute because her nurse told me that don't don't get her too emotional. So let's just yeah, Japan Kofu. So let's just call her for a little bit. Once again, like let's just call her, okay? Just gonna talk a little bit. Hello?
Yeah.
Domino's Pizza, may I take your order, please? Oh, well, I can't see you. Are you...
Well, right now I'm kind
Okay, just take it easy. It's all right. I can hear you.
of. Okay.
How was the surgery?
It was okay.
Just okay?
Yeah. I wasn't even on it. I wasn't even. They didn't give me anything to put me to sleep.
No anesthesia.
Nope.
Wow. Did you do that on purpose because you're a warrior, or did you just... You trying to be a hero?
Yeah, no.
No, you don't try to be a hero. And did you compliment the surgeon like I told you? They give extra care if you compliment them because they all have God complexes.
Well, no, he wouldn't shut up.
Oh, really? Oh.
Yes. He talked through the whole surgery.
Oh, wow. Well, that's good. Good. So guess what? I introduced your address to everybody on Patreon who's supporting over there. It's a small community of really nice people, so you don't have to worry about like psychos coming to meet you.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're all very nice people, and some people already I think are going to be sending you stuff from all around the world. So that's kind of
We have
exciting.
security cameras throughout the whole building now. There's been psychos that come through the building with the caregivers that come in the building to help other people. They have other people that walk in because there's a security door, but they walk in behind them and there's people that can do harm to other people. That's why I try not to I
Okay.
try not to give up my address.
All right. These people will not do any harm. They will do the opposite. They will harm themselves. What's the opposite? I don't know. Don't laugh too hard. Pamela's gonna get me in trouble. So, yeah, I know. Yeah, she's not here. That's all the more reason because she will be there. All right. Um,
She's not coming today.
well, I'll hear from her. That's for sure. She's got your. Yeah. Just okay. Listen. Don't drink any Monster or any sugar.
I haven't.
Don't tell me to drink any Monster because I.
I just do that to be funny.
I don't know. I don't know. Well, take care of yourself. I don't want to. I don't want to keep you too long, but
No, I've been done. I'm just waiting for my nurse to come in and get me up.
okay. Well, I'm glad to be able to do that for you. Whoa. But it's almost it's getting close. It's getting close to 1 a.m. here. So
Hey, but did you notice something different?
yeah, I can't see you.
Well, no, I was actually talking to you.
Oh, you took the wire out of your mouth?
No. I've never had one since the last surgery. It's my surgery, so this is my actual voice.
Oh, you have a natural. Whoa. Yeah, we can
That's my surprise to you.
Yeah, we can hear you. That's good.
And,
All right. So I got Okapi here with me. So I just wanted to.
I still
Sorry?
don't have the panda bear you gave me. I don't have it yet. It still hasn't come.
Okay. Well, I sent you something from all of us. It should be coming to you. I haven't actually sent it yet, but I'm gonna get it tomorrow and try to resend it sometime on next week. So if you wait for, I guess, the week after that, it should arrive. I don't know why the last one didn't arrive.
I don't either.
I don't either. But the one and 2 postcards didn't make it either, but 2 of them did, right?
The last 2 postcards you sent me actually made it.
Okay.
They're sitting there on my wall.
Oh, they're on your wall. Good.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we're gonna make the collection grow a little bit more from other people around the world.
Yeah, no, I'm just mostly stressed out about my wheelchair. My wheelchair doesn't keep a charger anymore.
Oh.
Yeah. The dialysis clinic that I go to is like within a block of my house, and I have it charged up in the morning, and then by the time I get there, the battery's dead.
Oh.
So
take.
and this is a new chair. I've had it for a lot of years, and the chair's been in the shop more than I've been using it. So I don't know. I just want to go throw it out and say, can we start it over again? So.
Yeah.
It's been a pain in the butt.
Well, maybe you need a cushion.
No, well, yeah, I have
That was a joke.
one of those too.
That was a joke. Because you.
So, I'm doing better, and I'm actually eating, but I'm not eating any sugar.
Okay, yeah, you're not allowed to eat sugar. Pamela, your nurse told me that.
My mom keeps trying to give me like stuff with sugar, and I'm like, can I just like?
Yeah, just say no, Nancy Reagan.
Yeah, I do, and she's like, okay, but yeah, like after surgery, she gave me a McDonald's hamburger.
McDonald's hamburger? No. You know what? Drink lots of water. Water is a natural filter, okay? It's neutral. It cleans all the impurities out of you. Water, and water tastes good.
The thing is I can only have 32 ounces of water a day because since my kidneys don't work,
okay,
they don't want me to get so bloated, and so I can only have 32 ounces.
Oh. Okay, so you're doing like 16 ounces of Monster and 16 ounces of water? How does that work?
No, not Monster. They won't let me have Monster. It's sugar and plus.
Okay.
And plus it makes me sick anyway. I get sick of it anyway.
Okay.
And so I just drink water. I don't have anything in my apartment that has anything.
Good.
So
Keep it that way. Clean. Clean living.
yeah. The
Clean
other
living.
day I was in my apartment and someone was cooking a hamburger and fell asleep, and the fire department ended up coming to my house.
Oh man. Don't eat hamburgers. You know, my mom is from India. When my mom cooked when I took a nap in my house, she would fry up chili peppers and would destroy me. Oh my gosh, it was so spicy. I'd wake up screaming, "Mom, you gotta cook the chili peppers in the afternoon." It was really bad.
Yeah, I
Ah.
know, but with the surgery, they have me wearing a bracelet where I can't have blood taken out of the arm that has the surgery because now that it's got stuff in it that they can't
Oh.
take blood from that arm, so I have to wear a special bracelet
Yeah.
and stuff. But yeah, it's okay. Like today, I have to go to dialysis, which is kind of boring because all I do is sit there and watch TV, and that's about it with 32 other people. Most
Wow.
of them elderly people.
Yeah. Well, did you get your passport?
But yeah, I am planning on getting it because I still have to talk to the mailman because he's starting to get me upset because yeah, I see it. Yes, yeah. No, but he every time I put something in my mailbox that's a package, he decided to. The last time I put something in the mailbox, he told me to shut up.
Wow. Well, just tell him to shut up. Actually,
Well, no, I gave him the middle finger.
I was just kind of kidding. Like when people are mean to you, be extra nice to them. That's my philosophy, you know.
I try to, but they don't seem to care. So I mean, but so I ended up having someone else mail the package for me. So and then so.
Well, yeah, I guess yeah. Arizona's kind of like, you know, Texas. I guess you have to strike back. You have to shoot back, right? If someone insults you, you insult them with the finger. It's the wrong one, but. Which finger did you? Yeah, this finger.
Yeah, I know.
Show him the pinky. Confuse him like this.
It's gotten so hot. Like last year, it was 122. Last year.
Yeah, but that's a dry heat.
Yeah, it's like you want to just fall over dead when you go outside.
Yeah.
But I do that, but I walk back and forth to dialysis with my chair, with my nurses, and because they can't go in with me because they're being paid by my insurance, and the people that do my dialysis are also paid by my insurance, so they'll be double paid, and they don't want to do that, so they drop me off, and then I go sit in this really weird leather chair. It's not even real leather. It's just kind of there, and it doesn't feel good. So I bring a big pillow to sit on because I have pressure sores on my butt. So I sit on that, and then they put me in the chair, and then I watch TV for 4 hours.
Slight TMI.
Yeah.
We'll let it go. We'll let it slide. Cool. Well, I'm glad that the surgery went really well. It sounds like you're doing well. I know you were really scared about it, and you scared everybody else, I think. So.
Well, what I'm scared about it wasn't the surgery. I was scared because I have respiratory issues, and so every time I go into surgery, you know, the last surgery I had before this one, they had to resuscitate me. So every time I go into surgery, it gets kind of scared.
Like resuscitate, like give you CPR, resuscitate type of.
Yeah, because I have really serious respiratory issues, and if I'm laying on my back, then I stop breathing. So.
Wow.
And so yeah, it gets kind of scary. So that's why I get more scared than that. But they didn't put me under any anesthesia whatsoever. So. But then I had to listen to the doctor around about his whole life with the other nurses. I was like, oh gosh, I don't want to hear that. But okay. So, but yeah, so, but it was okay. No one met me at home. I ended up taking the bus home by myself and just being there till one of my nurses came. But
Yeah.
and I spent like 35 minutes by myself without any help. So
Good.
and well, yeah, since I can't use the bathroom on my own, so it's.
Are you in
okay.
any pain?
Well, they had Percocet for a while.
I don't know what that is. Obviously, you do.
It's like Percocet is like kind of like pill form and morphine pill form.
Morphine, I know that. Yeah.
It's like that. So it helped me through the night. Let's put it that way.
Wow.
But right now it's hurting me because I'm not used to having pain like that. It's like someone ripping off your arm and stuff like that.
Well, you showed me the video of the surgery and that little skinny guy who had the thing, and it was really not good. It looked really painful. The machine that he has it in.
Yes, it is. But then when I go to dialysis, they're gonna take the other port off of me. The one that's in my jugular vein, they're gonna take that one off and just use that one. And just use the one that's in my arm. And what they're gonna do is take a needle the size of a spear and put that in my arm, and then that's how they're gonna attach the machine to me when they give me dialysis.
Wow.
Which is kind of
well, you remember that word I taught you? It's called warrior. Okay? So
yeah,
just remember you're a warrior. They're just little pricks, little pricks.
Well, I gotta tell you this, I've been a warrior all my life because when I was young, I was born 3 pounds 1 ounce at birth, and so my parents told them I was gonna die at birth because I was so small, and I've made it through that, so I've made it through anything. If I can make it through that, I can make it.
The hard part was over, right?
Yeah, that my mom being a pain in the butt, but no, she was talking a lot for me, but and I wanted to shake her and say, look, I can talk for myself. I'm 43 years old. What the heck do you want? But I mean, she tends to do that. She's retired now, so she doesn't work anymore. Neither does my father. So they try to kind of hone it on me and try to be my advocate for me, and I don't want that. So it makes me kind of stressed out with that. So I'm like, I'm 43, and I try to do stuff on my own as far as scheduling my appointments and my transportation and stuff. But yesterday I got mad at my transportation because when they picked me up yesterday, I called them on Monday to get them to take me to my surgery yesterday, but when I called them on Monday, because you have to call a week in advance for that, which is weird. But
can't you just? Sorry. Go ahead.
When they showed up yesterday, they showed up with an actual car, which they can't fit my chair into. I'm like, what? And she was like, yeah, well, we need to take you. I'm like, no, you can't take me in a car because I have my power chair. I can't ride in a regular.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. You can't get just like an Uber from an app. You need an actual.
No, they don't have those wheelchairs yet. But I mean, so I don't. So they said, well, we'll have to call you back in like an hour. And I was gonna run late for my surgery, so they were gonna have to reschedule the surgery. Wow. And I was really mad. I got on the phone and started yelling at them because the people that took them the reservation on Monday, I already knew. I told them 3 times I was in a wheelchair. They're like, oh, okay. So then Friday came and I was like sitting there going, all right, so whatever. But I mean, but so yeah. I like a lot of your videos, and some of those are really, really pretty. So the views that you show me, I kind of like them because they kind of make me feel better because sometimes I get kind of stressed out and I look at them and I'm like, okay, this makes me feel better.
Good. Yeah, I think the parade today was a lot of fun.
It was a little loud on my, because I take my iPad to bed because I can't use my regular computer, so I take my iPad to bed and I watch it on the iPad.
Okay.
But yeah, I've been learning some Japanese, but
Oh, good. Yeah, you got to keep it up. Yeah.
I'm trying, but I know a lot more Spanish than I do Japanese. So.
Well, actually, learning and knowing Spanish will help you learn Japanese. I think being able to change the mind in that way is a big asset. Learning this language, although it's kind of hard. Everything in Japanese is backwards. The grammar patterns. So.
Yeah, no. I have a nurse that speaks Spanish, and I'm like, they'll say something in Spanish real fast. I'm like, what? Because I can't really keep up with what she says in Spanish, but she speaks English too. So it's like, I'm like, can we switch over to the English, please? Because I can't keep up with it. So, but no, she helps me, and she takes over sometimes too, because she thinks that I can't do things, and they try to do things for me that I think I know I can do. Mentally, I'm your normal 43-year-old person. They think since I'm in the wheelchair that they can't.
Yeah.
That I need more help than I actually do. But yeah, so.
Well, you sound like you're doing really well, and I'm really happy to get a chance to talk to you and hear your natural voice. That's last time all I heard last time was just like and some giggling because you had the what do you call it in your mouth?
Yeah, no. This is I'm actually
breathing tube
at my house. Laying in bed. They after the surgery they let me go home. So
good.
I'm actually home in bed. So. But they don't get me up for another hour or so because they don't come in until 10 o'clock in the morning.
Good.
And then they get me up, but then I have to go to dialysis today, so I lay there for 5 hours and then come home and do whatever. But I can easily play my video game when I get home.
Well, that's good. Well, I've given your address to some really great people, so expect some things in the mail, okay?
Yeah, hopefully they're not too big because I don't have that big of an apartment.
I don't think anyone's sending you a refrigerator, so don't worry about it.
Yeah, no, my manager kind of farms that big stuff because he's like, I don't want to bring it into your apartment, but no, I usually, but it's okay with it. But
oh, wait, hold on a second. Wait, do not send Gretchen a refrigerator. Okay, it's marked down.
But I'm
no worries
still
now.
looking for the panda bear though, but anyway.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. It's just weird, but I don't know why it hasn't come after this long a time. I'm like scratching my head going, what?
Well, I resent the postcards and they've made it. So hopefully this should make it with. If I send it this week, it should be there the week after. Okay, and can I share? And I'm gonna share that with everybody in the community and on Patreon, and then I think people from all around the world want to send you something as well. So
did you listen to the video that
I did. It was very nice.
Yeah, because when you said warrior, I was like, okay, I should put that on there. So but yeah, I do a lot of photography, and the reason I put videos on there is sometimes I don't know how to communicate how I feel, so that I just put videos on there because it's easier. Yeah. So
Amanda from Patreon wanted to send you a pony. Is that okay?
How big a pony?
A pony is okay?
Yeah, but how big a pony?
How big a pony? I figure. I figured.
Like My Little Pony or?
Not my Little Pony. Well, it would be your little pony, but I'm not sure how big the pony is. I would be sent Pony Express. It would get there quick.
The thing is I can't have any animals other than like one dog. They don't allow animals other than dogs.
Okay, all right. I'll tell Amanda not to send a pony then. We wouldn't want that.
So we can't have any snakes. We can't have spiders.
No snakes or spiders. Okay, got it.
because the insurance comes around and kills all those kind of things. So
How about pandas? Are they okay?
yeah, it depends on how big they are. So
Okay. All right.
if it's big enough to take up my whole bed, then I'm gonna have to put it try to.
I don't think anyone's gonna send you anything that big. It'll be manageable. I don't got a little space either. Tokyo and all that.
I see that. And
Look,
I want to say that since you've been married, I've seen your videos with your wife, and she's actually pretty nice. And
I hope so. I married her. She better be nice. Well, thank you, Gretchen. I'm glad that we got a chance to talk. Take it easy and rest. You just had surgery, for crying out loud, and
yeah, without anesthesia, by the way.
do people say enjoy dialysis? Have a good time at dialysis. Should I just say it like that? Enjoy dialysis.
Well, dialysis is I just go back there with my pillow and lay there for 5 hours and watch TV, mostly Judge Judy.
That could be fun. Depends. Yeah, I guess.
It's not really that fun because there's like people older than me there, so.
Well, okay. Don't have fun at dialysis. I mean, how would you say goodbye this way? Have fun. Can I say that? Have fun. I don't know. How do you?
It's really dull and boring. So, well, it's not fun, but it's something. So.
All right, I'll just say warrior. Okay, that's all I'm gonna say to say goodbye. I won't even say goodbye. I'm just gonna say warrior. Okay.
Okay.
All right. I'll talk to you later.
All right.
All right. Bye bye. Warrior. I don't say
Warrior.
Warrior.
Bye.
All right, I'm hanging up. Warrior.
Okay.
Okay, I just hung up. Well, she really likes to talk. That was pretty. So that was Gretchen. She seems to be doing okay. She has a lot of energy. I didn't expect that after surgery. But she had something placed in her arm to help her with dialysis because her kidneys have failed and she's on a list and all this stuff. And I just told her, she told me how painful all this stuff is, and I said, look, you think